Welcome here inside Crystal Arena on the campus of the United States Military Academy at West Point. And this afternoon's game in the Patriot League first round of this year's tournament between the visiting Lafayette College Leopards at 7-22, 2-16 in the league, the number 10 seed in this year's tournament against the number 7 seed Army West Point Black Knights, 11-18 overall, 6-12 in Patriot League play this year. Justin Rock with you here on this Saturday afternoon on Stadium. So glad you could join us here today. Army and Lafayette being introduced to the crowds as we speak right now. Our starting lineups tonight, as always, presented by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. The starting lineup for Lafayette tonight looking a little bit different than what you see on your screen in the backcourt. It is Drew Freeland, the sophomore, alongside her fellow classmate Olivia Martino. Didn't play the last time these two teams met. Nicole Johnson alongside them. Natalie Kakowski, the league's Defensive Player of the Year, just received her award. Will be accompanied by Michaela Wilson in the front court tonight for Army West Point. Their starting five will remain the same as Lafayette's has tonight as well. In the backcourt, Army keeping the same trio. Morgan Yancey, the junior, alongside Sarah Bond, the freshman, and senior captain Jess Lewis, who has played well these last 3 games for the Black Knights. And in the front court, it is the freshman Kate Murray, a snub for Patriot League All-Rookie Team and Patriot League All-First Team performer Madison Hovren. Army West Point likely playing their final home game of the 2019 regular season, and actually now into the postseason, and trying to finish off Jess Lewis and Madison Hovren's home career with a positive note after last Saturday's disappointing Senior Day loss to BU, a 67-42 defeat in their home gym. These two teams have come in struggling lately. Army losers of 4 in a row. Lafayette has dropped 11 straight. As a matter of fact, Lafayette has not won a game since they topped Navy at home on January the 23rd, and have not won on the road so far since they came away with a win at Wagner, 66-43, back on November the 17th. So right now, Lafayette and Army, both teams trying to buck the trend here this afternoon. Lafayette led by their second-year head coach, Kia Damon Olson, a longtime assistant at Penn State University, and spent the year before she was hired at Lafayette at Cincinnati as a assistant coach. And Army West Point led by one of the Patriot League's longest tenured coaches, Dave McGarity, in his 13th year at the helm, 36 overall as a Division I basketball head coach, men or women, looking for his 249th win in his career at West Point this afternoon. Lafayette in the maroon uniforms tonight, Army in the home whites here today. 4 officials here now in the postseason as we head towards the important stretch of the year. Army playing in their first ever first-round game. Lafayette has been accustomed to this quite a bit, and they will control the opening possession. They will go right to left here in this first half. Justin Rock with you here on this Saturday afternoon on the Patriot League Network and Stadium, as well as the Army Sports Network. Kakowski missing a lefty layup, gets her own rebound, and puts it back up and in with the right. And Lafayette has the first points of the game. They have a 2-0 advantage. Natalie Kakowski really struggled the last time these two teams played. That was back in Easton, Pennsylvania in early February, part of a 3-game winning streak for Army. Yancey has it along the right side, drives, now finds Hovren. Top the arc, Hovren going left on Wilson down the lane. Lefty layup, banked in. Nice play by Madison Hovren, and she has the first points of the night for the Cadets. This game tied at 2. 45 seconds gone by in the opening quarter. Martino didn't play the last time these two teams played due to injury. Missed 3 straight games. Has since come back. Kakowski righty hook shot over Murray won't go. And Hovren comes down with the rebound. 2-all our score. Army trying to take their first lead of the game. Lafayette looks like they've got a little bit of a 2-3 zone defense rolling right now. Bond in the right wing, slips it down low for Murray. Murray pull-up jump shot. They give her some space, and she buries it. Kate Murray has her first points of the contest. Army's made their first 2 shots, and they have a 4-2 lead. 8.5 on the clock in the opening quarter. Wilson down low. Yancey knocks that pass away, but ends up right back in the hands of Wilson with 18 to shoot. Kakowski on Murray now. Into the corner for Freeland. Johnson straight away. Now over to Martino. Martino double teamed, and Bond a little overzealous, trying to fight over and get in front of the offensive player. Yeah, nice pass by Bond. Find Kate Murray. Bond a career-high 5 assists in Army's loss to Bucknell on Wednesday out in Lewisburg, as the inbound pass to Wilson fumbled after a deflection and out of bounds. It'll be Army basketball on the game's first turnover. Lafayette 7-22 on the season. Army West Point 11-18. These two teams have been mired in little slumps as of late. Army picked 7th in the league standings preseason, and finishing exactly in that post. Lewis, cross-court pass, Yancey, open near corner 3. That one is good. Morgan Yancey hits her first shot of the afternoon, and the Cadets have an early 5-point lead. They are 3 of their first 3 from the floor. 7-2, a little over 2 minutes gone by. Martino given a little bit too much space there by Yancey in the wing. Freeland able to make the catch in the back to the basket along the left elbow. Crossing over on Lewis, stops, tries to spin, throws it out Kukowski. Kukowski working left on Murray, throws up a reverse layup, almost wasn't even looking at the basket. And Kukowski has the first 4 for Lafayette. It's a 3-point game. 7-4, 7:20 on the first quarter clock. Lewis over to Murray, catch and shoot straight away. 3, bang! Kate Murray from downtown, and Kia Damon Olson irate on the Lafayette bench. Army West Point's made their first 4 shots, and they have an early 6-point lead. 7:15 to go in the first quarter. It's Army West Point 10, Lafayette 4. You're listening to the Patriot League Tournament on Learfield IMG College. Justin Rock back here with you. Army leading Lafayette 10-4, 7:15 to go in the first quarter. Army with an early advantage as we take a look at the Patriot League Tournament bracket at the moment. Army taking on Lafayette in the 7-10 game. Loyola, the number 8 seed, will battle Navy. That game starting at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Winner of this game will take on American on Monday. Winner of the Navy-Loyola game will play at Bucknell as Olivia Martino hits a straightaway 3 out of the timeout. And Lafayette has whittled it back down to a single possession, 10-7. 3 minutes gone by. Alex Cantwell in for the first time today for Lafayette as they make a substitution. Drew Freeland going to the bench. Same 5 on the floor for Army. Lewis, Murray, Hovren, Bond, and Yancey, they're 5. 10 on the shot clock. Bond going left on Johnson, throws it out Yancey. 7 to shoot. Yancey hanging in the air, throws up an awkward shot. Hits off the back of the rim, and Kukowski with the rebound for Lafayette. She has 4 points and all 3 of the team's rebounds. Kukowski working on Murray. A little right-handed shot, no good. Wilson trying to get it alongside Jess Lewis, and out of bounds. It'll be Lafayette basketball. Fans, American Greetings and the Exchange are proud to welcome veterans home to their Exchange online shopping benefits. Send your veteran love today. American Greetings at your Exchange. Lafayette will inbound underneath the Army basket as Kukowski able to get it at the left wing, driving right on Murray, and way too easy. Murray giving her the right hand, and Kukowski straight to the rack. Able to whittle it down to 1 now. 10-9, Army in front as Lafayette on a little 5-0 run here. Army 4 of 5 from the field here to start. Bond in the wing around a screen from Hufford. Pass into the corner for Lewis on the near side. Lewis gets a screen from Murray. Now has Kukowski on her. Murray open right side of the floor for 3, and she's got it again. Kate Murray with 8 points here in the opening quarter. And the Black Knights up by 4, 13-9. 5:45 on the clock here in the opening stanza. Cantwell, weak side of the floor in the wing. Guarded by Lewis. Now over to Kukowski. Kukowski has been dominant so far, going right, throws it out. Cantwell, open far corner 3 off the front of the rim, no good, and this one will land out of bounds as Jess Rawls has to lift her legs to avoid getting plunked by the incoming orange sphere, and Army will get it back on the missed 3-point shot. Good rotation there for Army offensively. Lafayette not as much, being able to get out there and greet Kate Murray, who has gotten off to an excellent start thus far. Lewis driving left at the foul line, bounce pass down low to Hovren, and they call a kick ball as that pass bouncing off the leg of a Lafayette defender. Jess Rawls in the game for the first time as Kate Murray will sit down, has knocked down all 3 of her shots here to begin this game. Rawls struggled lately for Army as the inbound pass finds Rawls. Right-handed shot no good, but a foul, and Rawls will go to the line. Nice play there out of the inbounds pass from Lewis, finding Rawls, who was left relatively unattended. And now Jess, the sophomore from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, will head to the free throw line. Rawls snapped a 11-game scoreless streak on Wednesday by hitting 1 of 2 free throws at Bucknell, and she makes the first one here. Rawls hasn't had a field goal in the last, entering today, 12 games over her last 7, and this is a player that really came on strong at the end of non-conference play. Rawls hits both free throws and Army by 6, 15-9. That ties their largest lead of the game thus far. Martino going left. Yancey sizes her up. Wilson now to the right side of the floor. Johnson. Martino now left elbow. Cantwell. Cantwell squares up to the basket. 12 to shoot. Goes left. Good defense by Lewis. Now Wilson from the right elbow. That shot off the front of the rim. Wilson, though, able to track it down in the corner. So a second chance opportunity for Lafayette as those slow things down by center court. Wilson in the right side elbow. Now left wing Martino open for 3 off the screen. Shot no good. Ball batted around and hovering. Able to come away with the loose ball. Army has it. Ahead by 6, 15-9. 4.5 to go here in the opening quarter. Lewis over the weak side of the floor looking for Hovering. Can't get it to her. Yancey catch and shoot. Right wing 3. Got it. And a foul underneath the basket. So Army will maintain possession. Morgan Yancey with her second 3 of the first quarter. It's 18-9 Army, and the Lafayette foul will give Army the ball back. It is on Natalie Kukowski, her first. Martino and Johnson to the bench. Drew Freeland and Nia Holland, the senior, checking in, has only played in 3 games all season long for Lafayette, the senior. Lewis able to get it into Bond. So Army up by 9 now, trying to find Rawls down low, and a bad pass. Rawls trying to get it back, ends up committing a foul of her own. Trying to get it away from Kukowski. That'll be her first and the team's second of the opening quarter. So 18-9, Army in front. Fans, Army West Point basketball is brought to you by Bud Light, proud partner of Army West Point Athletics, reminding you to enjoy responsibly. Kukowski, jab step, now to Holland. Holland, left elbow extended beyond the arc. Looking for Freeland now. Freeland, former recruit of Army, looking for Kukowski down low and in between Lewis and Rawls, able to throw it up and in. Kukowski with 8 of Lafayette's 11 here in the first quarter, and it's a 7-point game. Kukowski was 3 of 24 from the floor. The last time these two teams met down at Kirby Sports Center. Lewis driving left in the lane, throws it out. Bond near corner 3 for her. That one off the right side of the rim. Hovering able to get the rebound. Lefty put back blocked. Falls down. No foul call, and here comes Lafayette in transition. Cantwell in the right corner. Picks up her dribble. And now they'll set it up around the perimeter. Kukowski working on Hovering. Barrels into the senior. No good. Gets her own rebound, and the righty putback is through. Natalie Kukowski dominating right now. 10 points, 3 rebounds in the first period. And it's a 5-point game, 18-13, with 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Bond, left wing, driving right. Now finds Yancey. Lewis with it in the right wing. Lewis atop the arc. Bounce pass down low for Hovering, and another kick ball against Lafayette. So will remain with Army. Tasha Vipon in the game for the first time as Kukowski will sit down. Kate Murray back in for Army as Rawls will sit. As you see, Kukowski just doing everything she wants. She has 9 of the team's 13 shots so far in this game. Olivia Martino, the only other player to make a basket so far. Inbounds pass from Lewis finds Murray, the left elbow, and a little short on that jumper. And Lafayette in transition. Freeland throws it out near side. Holland. Now it's Vipond with it. Cantwell into the right corner for Freeland. 18 to shoot. Freeland drives left, spinning right. Nice move on Yancey, and a high arcing righty bank shot falls. Lafayette on a 6-0 run, and they've cut it down to 3, 18-15, with 2:20 to play in the opening quarter. Army, 6 of their first 10 from the field. Gotten off to a good start shooting the basketball. And struggled a little bit on the defensive end. Lewis driving right in the paint, throws up a righty touch shot, no good. Hovering, fighting for it, able to get it. Now goes left on Wilson and scoops it in. Madison Hovering keeping the play alive, her second field goal. And it's up to 5 again, 20-15. 2 minutes to go in the first. Holland, right side wing, it is Freeland. Freeland around the perimeters, takes a pull-up jump shot from 3, no good. And Hovering chases it down. Freeland taking that one from dead on, the same spot where Ellie Mack was unstoppable the other night for Bucknell. Lewis thinks about a three, shovels it off to Murray. Murray, jab step. Now over to Yancey in the far corner. Yancey for three. That one is good. Morgan Yancey's got 3 threes in this first quarter alone, and Army back up by 8. Army shot it well from distance the other night against Bucknell. The Bison just too strong interiorly, and that's why Bucknell still won that game by about 18 points. And Army did drop 66 and make 11 threes in that game. An area that they have struggled in mightily all season. Cantwell drives left down the lane, throws up a wild shot over Lewis and still gets it to go. Alex Cantwell threw up a prayer and had it answered. And Lafayette has trimmed it down to 6, 23-17 inside a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Lewis, left side wing, screen right from Hovren. Throws it back to Bond. Bond trying to find Hovren down low. Lefty shot no, gets her own rebound, put back blocked. And the rebound for Freeland. Dave McGarity, hands up high, wanting a foul call, but none to be had. Freeland spinning on Bond. Now takes it back out. About 11-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Freeland goes left on Bond in the lane. Throws him a shot smothered by Murray. Kate Murray with both hands taking it away. Bond has it in the left wing. Hand off to Lewis. Army can hold for the final shot of the opening quarter as the shot clock has been turned off. Now down to 10 seconds. Lewis waiting patiently at center court. 7 seconds. Clock continuing to tick. Goes right, guarded by Wilson. 3 seconds. Lewis has to put up his shot. Finds Hovren. Hovren double team, and they won't get anything up at the buzzer. Army waited too long to get anything going offensively as the opening period comes to a close. Army West Point, though, shooting well from the field here to start. They have knocked down already 5 3-pointers after one here at West Point. It's Army 23, Lafayette 17. You're listening here from Learfield IMG College on the Army Sports Network. The Army ball here to start the second quarter. Leading by 6, Hovren, Lewis, Bond, Murray, and Yancey, the 5 on the floor. Army has pretty much had the same 5 on the floor through the entirety to this point. Jess Rawls, the only player coming off the bench. Bond finds Murray, 10 on the shot clock. Looking for Bond, 7 on the shot clock now. Bond driving right, stops in the corner, hangs in the air, jump shot off the back of the rim, no. And Martino the rebound for Lafayette. Martino, Naomi Gampo in for the first time. Vipon, Cantwell, and Holland the 5. A very, very different look for this Lafayette team in terms of rotation and what we have been accustomed to the first 2 meetings this season. Gampo double team down low. Lefty shot won't fall. And Lewis the rebound for Army. Cadets up 6, about a minute gone by here in the second quarter. And a foul away from the ball will go against Lafayette. Not a lot of whistles in the first quarter as Gampo will pick up her first. And the team's first of the second quarter. Army, look at those numbers so far. 5 of 6 from beyond the arc, counting for 15 of their 23. And that has not been an area of expertise for them this year. Lewis, good ball movement to Murray. Shot from the left side, no good. Hovren smacks it away from Vipon. Lefty putback is good. Great hustle there by Hovren to stay with it. After getting boxed out well by Vipon, Hovren now with 6 points. And Army by 8 again, 25-17. 8:45 on the second quarter clock. Martino, Holland, now Vipon as they work it around the perimeter. Cantwell in the left wing, 12 to shoot. Now guarded by Yancey, leaves it for Martino. 6 on the shot clock, good denial down low. 5-4 to shoot. Crossover, Martino, left wing, Jay off the front of the rim. And Lewis tracks it down, long outlet pass. Yancey looked up just in the nick of time. Bond shovels it to Hovren, righty shot no good, but a blocking foul will go against Lafayette. As it appeared, Nia Holland was inside that semicircle. Some great ball movement so far by Army. Not hesitating, not a lot of second guessing as you see the collision there between Hovren and Holland. That is her first, team's second. Maddie will go to the line for the first time today. Was 5 of 6 from the stripe the other day against Bucknell, and she can't hit the first. Natalie Kukowski, Drew Freeland back in. Elisa Fallon in for the first time for Army. Vipon, Cantwell sit for Lafayette. Yancey will actually stay in the game. Jess Lewis, the one, will go to the bench for Army. You see the season numbers for Hovren, those 12.9 rebounds per game, on pace to set a new single-season West Point record as Hovren hits the second. Already has the school's single-season rebounding mark, surpassing what Katie McFarland did a number of years ago. Hovren has eclipsed it by over 40 more rebounds than someone who has her number retired in this gymnasium. 26-17, Army by 9. That matches their largest lead. Kukowski step back straightaway 3, way short. And this one will land out of bounds. Army West Point basketball. Kukowski, more consistent inside than outside, does have a good enough shot to stretch the floor. But that is not exactly her bread and butter. Not as locked down from there as you would say maybe Cecily Carl or some of the other big women in this league. Bond, right side, driving left on Kukowski, and a foul will go against Kukowski. That's going to be her second, and the team's third in this quarter. A little bit of a ticky-tack foul there, Kukowski. Slight contact there, not really a whole lot. My uninformed opinion would have let that slide. But a substitution now, Michaela Wilson in, and Naomi Gampo will go to the bench for Lafayette. They're starting 5 essentially back on the floor. Yancey has it right side. Yancey, Fallon, Murray, Bond, and Hover in the 5 for the Cadets. Fallon stops at the elbow looking to shovel it off to somebody. It's Bond with it. Now Fallon. Fallon drives left, kicks it to Bond, able to control the wild pass. Hover, triple team, throws it out. Yancey, left corner 3, got it again! Morgan Yancey is spitting absolute fire from her hands right now. She is 4 of 4 from beyond the arc, a game-high 12 points, and the Black Knights lead by that exact margin, 12, with 3 minutes gone by in the quarter. Kukowski goes right on Murray, shot no good, rebound, put back high, off to the left, no. Wilson has it blocked, but a foul. We'll call a foul on Kate Murray. Fan from behind us yelling all ball. And you see that play, Hover making that extra pass as she was about to be triple teamed. And Morgan Yancey has found her perfect stroke here tonight. Has been a streaky shooter this season. But when she is on, she is lethal. Kayla Wilson, a 64% free throw shooter at the line, hits the first. Murray picking up her first foul. Wilson, a freshman from Fairport, New York. Just 5 points, 5 rebounds, and Lafayette's lost to Colgate the other night as Wilson hits both. And Lafayette ends Army's little run. It is now 29-19, 3 minutes gone by here in the second. Fallon, strong side of the floor in the wing, goes baseline on Holland, stops, now dribbles it back out. Continues to dribble, trying to find some help now after she picks it up. Murray in the right wing, back to Fallon with 10 to shoot. Fallon over to Bond, catch and shoot, left wing 3, that one no good. And Fallon, there's foul on the floor. Going to say a little bit of a late whistle as Fallon was clearly shoved going up for the rebound. And that, I believe, will be the second foul on Nia Holland, her second. You see that miss from Bond from way out, and Fallon getting whacked from behind by the senior Holland. 4th team foul for Lafayette. Next one will put Army at the free throw line for the rest of the first half. Giselle Havis in for the first time as Holland sits. Havis, a talented freshman from Windermere, Florida. Bond will inbound it along the end line, gets it to Yancey. Yancey dribbling left. Lafayette still going with the 2-3 defense, daring Army to continue to make threes. Fallon, cross-court pass to Bond. Bond down low, hovering, drives right, cuts back left, shot over Kukowski, able to trickle it home. Madison hovering with 9 points, 7 rebounds already. And Army back up 12, 31-19, 6:10 on the clock in the second. Martino working around the outside. It's Wilson. Wilson, right side, wing Freeland. Back up top to Wilson. Martino. Back to Wilson, playing a game of hot potato right now along the outside. Freeland heading left on Bond. Stops in the lane. Little righty runner is way short. Kukowski. And they call a push on Army, saying that Kukowski was shoved out of bounds. And that's going to be the second foul on Kate Murray. Well, Murray, 2 quick fouls in this quarter. Dave McGarity absolutely befuddled at the call on the floor. Well, the jacket stays on. Sarah Bond on the bench as well. Jess Lewis back in, rolls in for Murray for Army. We'll see how Army does now without Murray on the floor. Catch and shoot off the inbounds, and Martino buries the left wing triple. Olivia Martino's second 3, and it's back down to single digits, 31-22, with 5.5 on the clock in the first half. Lewis waiting for a screen from either Rawls or Hover. Lewis heads left. Will step back down low to Maddie. Maddie, left-handed shot wild over Freeland and punched out of bounds, they say. Last touch by initially Lafayette, then they changed the call to say it is Lafayette basketball. The calls have been a little inconsistent. As you see the replay here, Hovren, certainly some contact there. Down low from Kikowski. And you wonder if the whistle may have been swallowed, considering that would have been the third foul on him. Wilson in the lane, little fadeaway from just outside the semicircle is good. And Lafayette on a 5-0 run now, able to trim it to 7, 31-24, halfway through the second quarter. Lewis, been quiet offensively so far. Lewis over to Yancey, right wing three, another one. That one short this time. Fallon tips it down low. Rawls fighting for it, has it lost off her hand and out of bounds. It'll go to Lafayette. Rawls just could not hold on as we will head to the under 5 timeout. 4:49 to go here in the second quarter. Army 31, Lafayette 24. You're listening to the Patriot League first round of the tournament right here on the Army Sports Network in Learfield IMG College. 12-point Army lead down to 12, 31-24 our score. At the tail of the tape between these two teams this season, very similar in terms of points, shooting percentage from the floor, rebounding, assists. The only difference, Lafayette averaging about 3 more turnovers per game. And right now, Lafayette trying to make this a 2-possession contest. Army is led by as much as 12. Havis, Wilson, Freeland, Kikowski, and Martino, the 5 on the floor. Martino drives right elbow, hangs in the air, way short on that shot. And Hovren able to control the rebound for the Black Knights. Hovren nearing what would be a program record 9th consecutive double-double. Previous mark was 6. Hovren tries to receive the pass down low off the feed from Lewis, and Lafayette now over the limit. That's their 15th foul, and Army will shoot free throws for the rest of the half. Foul on Michaela Wilson, and that is her first. As we mentioned, team's 5th. So Hovren looking to get into double figures, 9 points, 8 rebounds, and an assist in 16 minutes so far, and Maddie can't hit the first too hard. Hovren has been so good this year. During this 8 straight double-double streak, averaging 21.5 points per game, over 13 rebounds per affair, as that one able to trickle through in double figures again, and shooting about 51% from the floor. 8-point game, 32-24, 4:15 on the clock in this period. Wilson, Army playing man-to-man defensively. Kikowski open, left wing 3. That one off the front of the orange rim, and Yancey controls the board for West Point. Lewis on the floor with Rawls, Hovren, Fallon, and Yancey. Fallon, left wing, thinks about a 3. Hounded by the fellow freshman Havis. Hovren spinning right, shot blocked by Wilson, and then falls down, and they call her for a travel. Kia Damon Olsen and the Lafayette bench, I think, wanted a foul on Madison Hovren, but sort of looked like Maddie just left the area, and Wilson was anticipating contact. You see the rebound there, and Wilson sort of just fell down. Really hard to tell with that angle. But that's the call on the floor. Inbound finds Fallon at the free throw line. Takes it back out. Army can set up their offense. Sarah Bond back in for Army as Yancey sits. Bond over to the weak side of the floor, and Lewis. Lewis around a screen from Rawls. Lewis 3-ball, no good. Hovren and Rawls fighting for it. Hovren the rebound. Lefty put back, no. And another whistle against Lafayette. Another foul against the Leopards. And Hovren will head back to the free throw line, and looks like she might have gotten whacked in the face just based on the expression on the 22-year-old's face, as official asking to see if she's all right. Might have gotten a contact lens dislodged or something just based on the way she's blinking her eyes. Although, after 4 years, I don't know whether or not Madison Hovren wears contacts or glasses at all, as Hovren's first free throw no good to the left. Hovren, who's been really good at the line lately, struggling here so far. Hovren heading back to the charity stripe. And the second free throw from her is good. So Hovren makes it a 9-point contest, 33-24. Lafayette quickly in transition. Martino wide open from the left corner, and nobody got back in time. And Martino with her third 3 of the half makes it a 6-point game, 33-27, with 3:15 to go here in the opening half. Lewis into the right wing, looking for Hovren, can't get it to him. Rawls atop the arc, puts it on the floor, bounces it over to Bond. Bond, screen right from Hovren. Now stops the foul line. Fallon with it. Fallon Down low to Maddie. Maddie going left, throws it back out to Lewis. A deep straightaway three for the senior off the front of the rim, but fouling the rebound and will take it back out, and Army can reset the offense. Army started 5 of 6 from 3 since then. They are one of their last 5. Lewis shovels to Hovren, lefty shot banked in. Great little pick and roll with Lewis and Hovren. Jess already with 4 assists. Make that 5 now, and it's up to 8 again, 35-27. Martino in the left wing. Works it around to the right side. Pass almost stolen by Hovren. Wilson at the foul line looking for Kikowski, and a foul will go against West Point. It'll be on Jess Lewis, called for a block. Morgan Yancey back in for foul, and Alex Cantwell re-enters for Olivia Martino. Fans, you can customize a Rogue in your team colors and get a chance to win it. To enter and for official rules, go to nissanusa.com/Rogue Sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Contest ends March 31st, 2019. Freeland inbounds to Cantwell, right side of the floor. Jumper no. Freeland able to tip it to herself. Well executed jump by the freshman, Dave McGarity. You just hear him mouthing box out from the Black Knight bench on the opposite side of the floor. Freeland spinning on Bond. Throws it out. Kikowski, 3 overalls. Good. Natalie Kikowski from downtown. That's Lafayette's 4-3, and it's a 5-point game, 35-30. Inside 2 minutes to go in the half. Taylor Sullivan will leave the bench for the first time. Ahead of the scorer's table. Lewis heads right. Hovren and Havis collide and fall down. It is Bond now. Yancey with it. Yancey, screen left from Rawls at the foul line, over to Bond. Bond drives, pull up from the left side. Shot no good. Off the left side of the rim, but Lafayette got a little overzealous and got some skin on the J. And Bond will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Lafayette and Alex Cantwell picking up the foul, her first. And Lafayette, as we mentioned, already over the limit. Bond, just 5 of 6 from the line all season. The freshman from Broadview Heights, Ohio. Taylor Sullivan in the ball game as Jess Rawls will sit down. Bond, last 4 games, has struggled shooting the ball, although played better against Bucknell. 6 points, 5 assists, which were a career mark for her. Bond, 2 assists so far this afternoon as she hits both free throws for her opening 2 points. 37-30 Army, 90 seconds to play in the half. Freeland in the left wing, up top Cantwell. Wilson up top to Kikowski. Kikowski jab step, straightaway 3, and she's got it again. Natalie Kikowski with 16 first half points, and Lafayette down by 4, 37-33, with 1:10 to play here in this first half. Lafayette has caught fire from beyond the arc, much like Army did in the opening quarter. Lewis looking for some movement. Gets it to Yancey, into the corner now, Bond. Bond drives baseline with 10 to shoot. Bond, little up and under, lefty shot way off. A little bit of a force there. Outlet pass by Wilson to Havis. Lewis there, though, on defense. Good job in transition. Kikowski driving right, banks it in over Hovren. And it's a 2-point game. Natalie Kikowski with 18 of Lafayette's 35 in this contest. What a beginning to this game for the sophomore from Philadelphia. About a 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass down low to Hovren. Right-handed shot no good. No foul call. And here comes Lafayette with a chance to tie it or take the lead going into halftime. Kikowski picks up her dribble about 25 feet away from the basket and gets it to Cantwell. 12 to shoot. Bond on her. Screen. Someone's got to pick her up. Bond. Left wing Freeland. Freeland drives left. No one helped defense. And an easy layup for Drew Freeland. Army really lacking defensively. Lewis from three-quarter court at the buzzer. And that will take us to halftime. Lafayette finishes the first half on a 10-2 run and turns what was at one point a 12-point deficit into a tie game going into halftime. Through 20 minutes here inside Crystal Arena, it's Army West Point 37 and Lafayette College 37. When we come back, we will have the Penn Fed Credit Union halftime report. You're listening to the Patriot League Tournament and Army West Point basketball from Learfield IMG College. And Lafayette was spearheaded by Natalie Kikowski, the league's Defensive Player of the Year, received her award pregame right here at Crystal Arena. 18 points, 6 rebounds on 8 of 16 shooting. A much different performance than what we saw last time back in Easton, Pennsylvania, where she was 3 of 24 from the floor. 9 points from Olivia Martino, 4 points and 5 assists for Drew Freeland, 4 points, 4 rebounds for Michaela Wilson, 2 from Alex Cantwell for Lafayette. No one else scored for the Leopards in the first half. Army had 13 and 9 for Madison Hovren, 1 rebound shy of her 9th straight double-double. 12 points for Morgan Yancey, 4 or 5 from three-point range, 8 points for Kate Murray. 2 points each for Sarah Bond and Jess Rawls at the line. Jess Lewis didn't score, but did have 5 assists and no turnovers in the first half. Lafayette shot 46% from the field, 5 of 10 from deep, and 2 of 2 from the line. Army, 43% shooting from the floor, 6 of 11 from deep, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Army +2 on the glass, even on the offensive rebounding side of things, and only 5 turnovers combined between these two teams in the first half of play, and that's a big difference. Both these teams so turnover prone throughout the course of the regular season, but Army usually dominating in second chance points. Lafayette +5 in that category. Army led by as many as 12 in the first half. But right now we have a tie ball game at 37, and it looks like Lafayette will have the ball to start the second half. As you see the definitive numbers, Army entered the game averaging over 15 turnovers per game. Lafayette over 18. And you see very minute with those two numbers. Lafayette trying to do something, not only just advance, but trying to do something they haven't done in this gymnasium in this millennium, and that is win. They have not won inside Crystal Arena since February of 1999. A 62-53 win. That's how long ago it was. A streak of 22 games. Lafayette goes left to right in the second half as Martino's left corner 3 bangs off the side of the rim. And another rebound for Army. And they'll have their first possession of the second half. Hovren, her 10th rebound, her 9th consecutive double-double, and her 23rd of the season. Bond over to Lewis in the near corner. Army in white, Lafayette in maroon. Army going right to left in this half. Lewis at the foul line, tries to find Bond, and that hesitation leads to a steal there for Nia Holland. Holland right down the lane, and a foul on Morgan Yancey. And Holland will go to the line for a chance to give Lafayette their first lead since the first 15 seconds of this game. Nia Holland getting some run after missing quite a large majority of this season. Did not play the first 25 games this season, playing in just her 4th contest all year, and she's short on the first free throw. Didn't play at all as a freshman from Lansdowne, Pennsylvania. Was also a standout soccer and softball player in high school. As the righty's second free throw is good, and for the first time since the 9:44 mark of the first quarter, Lafayette has the lead. It is won 38-37. Lewis, Murray, Hovren, Yancey, and Bond, the 5 on the floor for Army. Lewis in the right wing. Over to Bond, open left wing 3 for the freshman, off the back of the rim, no good. And catching the rebound in stride is Drew Freeland. Freeland heads right out to Martino, open right wing 3. That one off to the right and sort of dies. Lewis able to play keep away from Wilson. Lewis struggled offensively so far tonight, but as we mentioned, 5 assists in this game. Lewis had been in a big offensive funk before really turning it around the last 3 games. Yancey right wing 3, got it again. The 5th 3 of the game for Morgan Yancey. She has 15 points. That is a new career high for the junior, and Army back up by 2, 40-38. A minute and a half gone by in the second half. Martino heading left, guarded by Bond. Now right side, Holland. Holland takes a 3 over Yancey. This one misses right. Good box out by Murray. Hits off the foot of Kakowski and ends up rolling to Holland. Holland driving right, gets past Yancey easily, and a blocking foul will go against Sarah Bond, who tried to slide in and take the charge. But it looked like Bond had her feet on that semicircle. And that'll be the second foul against Sarah Bond. Army right now getting beat off the dribble too easily, dating back to the end of that quarter. And you see Bond inside that semicircle, and that a big part of determining whether what is a charge and what is a block, as Fallon will come in for Sarah Bond. Holland missing on the first. Lafayette has lost 9 in a row in this series against West Point, and 13 of the last 14. Trying to not only advance, but exercise some demons here tonight as well. Holland goes 1 of 2 again. It is a 1-point contest, 40-39. 8 minutes to play in the third. Lewis, it's a screen from Murray, and a foul away from the ball against Lafayette. Michaela Wilson with a push in the back of Madison Hovren. A foul on Wilson, her second, and the team's first of the third quarter. Army with 2 team fouls, Lafayette with 1 to this point. Lewis will inbound to Murray. Up top, Fallon. Fallon sort of jumbled up in positioning offensively. Now beginning to get the spacing right. Lewis looking for Hovren. Lost the handle, gets it back. Lefty shot way off. And Kukowski the rebound and now pushes Lafayette in transition. Kukowski stops, almost travels. Army bench wanted one. Freeland from the right side hits off the backboard. Can't get the 3 to go. And now here comes Army. Fallon. Left side, driving right in the lane. Kicks it out, Yancey. Right corner 3 off the right side of the rim. Hovren the offensive rebound. Throws it out to Lewis. Lewis thought about taking the triple. Decides to hold on. Around a Hovren screen left. Lewis down low to Maddie. Maddie fakes right, goes back left. Blocked by Kukowski and out of bounds. Natalie Kukowski, her first block of the night. Her league-leading 70th of the season, the league's defensive player of the year. Good job not leaving her feet. Only a sophomore, already in the top 5 in school history in block shots. Murray catch and shoot, left wing 3 off the inbounds, no. But Yancey comes down with the offensive rebound. Army trying to take advantage. Murray looking for Hovren down low and threw it into 2 defenders. And that pass stolen away. Freeland, left corner over Yancey for 3. That one off the front of the rim and Lewis the rebound. Both teams struggling shooting. Here to start this second half. Lafayette 0 of 4. Army 1 of 6. Lewis looking for Maddie. Maddie goes left, stops, spins, got to throw it to Murray. Murray hangs in the air and she's whacked from behind by Kukowski. Good little head fake for Murray. Got Kukowski off her feet. And that'll be the 3rd foul on the sophomore from Philadelphia. You see that play there. Hovren smart to make the pass and get out of the paint before a 3-second violation could be called. We've seen that happen quite a bit for Army lately. Murray will go to the line for the first time tonight. 65% free throw shooter there. And Murray is short on the first. Army just 7 of 11 from the line tonight. Cantwell back in for Freeland. Murray, look at the last 9 games for her. Very good, 13 points, 5 rebounds, and shooting 44% from the floor. As Murray is 1 of 2 from the line there. She's got 9 points. And it's back to a 2-point lead, 41-39, Army in front. 6.5 to play here in the third quarter. Kukowski heads left on Murray. Finds Martino, right corner 3 for the lead. That one in and out. Hovren tips it, and they say last touch by Maddie. Out of bounds. It'll remain with Lafayette with a fresh shot clock. There's a bang-bang play there as she and Wilson had outstretched arms trying to get it. Holland will inbound along the baseline. Gets it to Martino. Lafayette still looking for their first field goal of the second half. Kukowski works right, spinning left, almost knocked away by Yancey. And Kukowski with another beautiful spin move. Back to her right, lays it in. She has 20. And we're tied again at 41. 4 minutes gone by in the second half. That's Lafayette's first field goal. Both teams combined 2 of 13 from the floor. Lewis over to Yancey in the left wing. Thinks about driving, stops. Back to Jess. Now motioning around Fallon with 9 to shoot. Fallon driving right down the lane, throws up his shot, hits off the backboard, no rim, no foul. And now Lafayette pushing it. Cantwell driving straight at Lewis, leaves it behind Kukowski. Working on the smaller Fallon. Back to Cantwell. Lafayette trying to regain the lead. Not led for a lot of this game, just a grand total of a minute. Kukowski. Jab step, heads right, gets it to Holland, 8 to shoot. Holland steps back, working on Morgan, going left, throws one up, off the glass and in. Nia Holland's first field goal of her senior season comes in the first round of the league tournament, and Lafayette leads by 2, 43-41, halfway through this third quarter. Lewis, screen right, looking for Hovren. Now over to Murray. Back to Lewis, and a foul away from the ball. We'll go against Lafayette, and we will head to the under 5 timeout. 4:51 to go in the third quarter. Lafayette has the lead, 43-41. You're listening to the Patriot League Tournament and Army basketball from Learfield IMG College. 4:51 to go in the third. Army down by 2, 43-41 in the first round of the Patriot League Tournament. Murray, Fallon, Lewis, Hovren, and Yancey, the 5 on the floor. Hovren lefty layup, no, gets her own rebound, put back blocked, and Wilson comes away with it. And Dave McGarity still begging for a foul call that didn't come. Lafayette trying to go up by 2 possessions for the first time tonight. Lafayette with Wilson, Cantwell, Havis, Gampo, and Holland. That 3 from the right wing by Havis is no good. And Maddie with another rebound. She's got 13 of them tonight to go along with 13 points. Down low, Murray. Murray turn around, double clutch, jump shot off the front of the rim, no, and a foul on the floor. Will go against Gampo as Hovren able to get the rebound over her. That'll be the second foul on Gampo and the team's 4th. So the next one will put Army at the line for the rest of the quarter. Army trailing by 2 at the moment. Sarah Bond in for Elisa Fallon, who's had some good rebounds in this game, but has not done a great job moving the ball on offense. Lewis into Murray. Movement on offense has struggled for Army since that first quarter. They were 8 of 14 from the field in that period. Since then, 5 of 24. Yancey over to Lewis. Right wing, back to Yancey. Looking for Hovren down low. They get it to her in the corner. Drives baseline underneath the basket. Out to Lewis. Right wing 3 for the senior. Got it! Just Lewis from downtown, and Army regains the lead. Her first field goal of the night. 44-43. Black Knights with 3:45 to go here in the third. Holland over to Havis. Gets it to Wilson. Elbow extended. Hand off back to Holland. Cantwell. Guarded by Yancey. Left corner jump shot. Giselle Havis knocks down the 2-pointer. Her first points of the game, and Lafayette goes back up by 1, 45-44. 3:15 to go. Lewis. Dribbling into the weak side wing, gets a screen from Hovren. Lewis in the paint, stops. Now over to Maddie. Maddie driving right, hangs in the air. Lefty shot around, no good. Gets her own rebound. Fighting, trying to put it back up. Lefty shot around, that one won't go either. Loose ball, picks it up off the floor. Third try, still won't fall. 3 straight point-blank looks for Hovren and could not get it to go. She has not been as efficient tonight, just 5 of 17 from the floor. Havis in the left wing. And a foul away from the ball against West Point. And it looks like it'll be on Kate Murray, and that's going to be her 3rd. Indeed it is, her 3rd foul, and the team's 3rd. Hovren, 16 rebounds in this game, but they struggle shooting the basketball. And then a foul again on Army on the inbounds pass. Morgan Yancey overzealous, and now the next foul on Army will put Lafayette at the line for the rest of the third quarter. Holland inbound along the end line. Finds Cantwell. 2.5 to go. Third quarter, Lafayette leads 45-44. Holland over to Cantwell in the right corner. Takes a 3 from the near side. That one is off the mark. And Yancey able to get to the rebound for Army. Black Knights just 2 of 14 from the field in this second half. Hovren goes left, lefty shot, still won't fall. And out of bounds. Lafayette tried saving it, but Havis was out of bounds, her feet on that black line. And back to Army it goes. Lisa Fallon in the game for Kate Murray here, as you see Havis there. May have stepped on that black line with her left foot as she was falling away out of bounds. Hard to tell. Lewis will inbound, fresh shot clock for Army. Tries to find Hovren, makes the catch just barely over Holland. Army trying to regain the advantage. Lewis over to Yancey now. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Hovren fakes right, goes back left, and finally gets it to go. Madison Hovren ends her scoreless streak. She's got 15 points, and with that, she has now passed Kara Enright for 3rd all-time in Army West Point history as Naomi Gampo with a turnaround in the lane. And Lafayette quickly goes back up by 1, 47-46. Naomi Gampo didn't even play in their season finale against Colgate, using her size to try and throw off Hovren's rhythm down low. 1.5 minutes to play in the period. Lewis A lot of dribbling now in the left elbow. Into Hovren. Hovren double teamed. Little lefty Euro step and finishes. Madison Hovren with 17 and 16 tonight. And Army leads by one once more, 48-47, with 1:15 to play in the third. And Holland holding the ball for Lafayette. They've been doing a lot of this with Kukowski on the bench with 3 fouls. Havis around a screen. Lewis falls down. Havis runner won't fall. And Hovren able to vacuum up another rebound. She has been everywhere, has 17 of Army's 33 rebounds in this game. That is just absurd. Lewis, deep right wing three. This one way too strong. Hovren and Fallon there, but Havis able to come away with the ball. 43 seconds to play in the stanza. Cantwell in the left wing, about a 15-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Holland back to the basket, goes left on Bond, almost a double dribble. Havis closely guarded by Lewis. Now Cantwell looking for Gampo, throws it over everybody, intercepted by Bond. Army can hold for the final shot. Dave McGarity telling Army to slow down, but nobody's noticed yet. And finally they throw it to Lewis, and they will put it in their pocket and hold for the final shot of the third quarter. 10 seconds. Army's got to go a little bit quicker. Fallon driving right down the lane, and a blocking foul will send Fallon to the line. Fallon is at her best when she plays without fear and drives to the basket there. You see 3 Lafayette players, and Cantwell may have beaten her to the spot, but it didn't look like she was totally set. And because of that, Elisa Fallon will get some free throws here to try and extend this lead with 6.4 to go in the third quarter. Fallon, a 65% free throw shooter, did not score against Bucknell the other night. And the righty from Illinois' first free throw rings off. Army has gone 1 of 2 from the line a lot tonight. Jess Rawls will not check in. Kukowski, Vipod, and Freeland all in for Lafayette. See, Dave McGarrity's pitched the jacket now. A very intense-looking group of coaches as Fallon misses both free throws. However, gets her own rebound. 4 seconds. Fallon driving right down the lane. Roddy layup puts it in. Elisa Fallon makes up for her own missed free throws by getting the rebound, dribbling all the way around the perimeter, and then scooping it in at the buzzer. That will take us to the end of the third quarter. Army finishing with a flourish. They lead by 3 as we head to the fourth. It's Army West Point 50, Lafayette 47. You're listening to the Patriot League Tournament and Army basketball from Learfield IMG College. Army West Point leading at Lafayette by a tally of 50 to 47. Army West Point getting a nifty buzzer beater from Elisa Fallon to give them a 3-point edge. As you take a look at the current Patriot League bracket, Army will take on, or Lafayette will take on American. The winner of this game will take on the 2 seed Loyola Navy. That game underway will take on the number 1 seed Bucknell. The other quarterfinal games, BU will host Holy Cross, and Lehigh will be at home against Colgate. Fans, the season is set for another entertaining year at iCall Theater at West Point. Season subscriptions and multi-show packages are available now at iCall.com. Log on to iCall.com for the season lineup and show info. iCall is America's Theater. Army West Point Athletics and the United States Military Academy would like to recognize its Team Army partners, industry leaders such as Mercedes-Benz, Coca-Cola, MCOR, USAA, and CBS Sports Network, whose values and beliefs are in line with those of the Academy. Because of the generosity of Team Army members, cadet athletes are ensured of a tremendous athletic experience. Army with Rawls, Hovren, Lewis, Yancey, and Bond as their 5 as we start the fourth quarter. Army trying to win a postseason game for the 6th consecutive season. Lafayette trying to win here at Army for the first time since 1999. Bond at the foul line, down low to Hovren. Double team, throws up a lefty shot, gets air and knocked out of bounds. And luckily for Army, grazes a Lafayette player's leg and goes out of bounds. It'll be West Point ball with 10 to shoot. Lafayette with Cantwell, Freeland, Kukowski, Vipond, as well as Martino, the 5 on the floor. Inbound finds Hovren. Back to Lewis. Lewis in the left corner. Deep 3 for the senior. That one a short air ball. And Vipond the rebound for Lafayette. Freeland across center court. Now Martino. It's been quiet so far in the second half, as has Kukowski. Freeland. Cross court pass to Cantwell for the tie. Left wing 3. Got it. Alex Cantwell from downtown. Lafayette 6th made 3 of the night. And we're even at 50. 50 seconds gone by here in this fourth quarter. Army Just 9 of their last 37 from the field. Lewis gets a screen from Rawls. At the left elbow, down low, hovering. Lefty shot over Kukowski. Rims off to the right, but a foul. Puts her at the free throw line. It'll be on Vipond, her first. And the team's first in the fourth quarter. Rim has been unkind to West Point so far on those little spinning shots. And Hovren, though, back to the stripe tonight. 17 points, 17 rebounds. Now third all-time in scoring in West Point history as Hovren's first free throw off the front of the rim. And Army's inability to consistently make free throws continues to haunt them. They are 8 of 15 tonight. That is just 53%. Hovren is only 3 of 7. And Hovren's second free throw short again. And ball picked up by Hovren, and she's fouled by Freeland. Army catching a break there. Ball tipped around a few times and then went 5-hole on Drew Freeland, giving Hovren a chance to dive for it. Freeland's first foul, team's second. Morgan Yancey out, Elisa Fallon in. Michaela Wilson will come in for Vipond. Kate Murray will come in for Rawls. Army just not making their free throws right now. Hovren's been very inconsistent. Lately, she had been very hot. But during the early portion of the season, she would have games where she wouldn't miss and games where she just couldn't find the bottom. And tonight seems, unfortunately for her, to be the latter. Lewis over to Bond, fakes a pass, now gets it to Fallon. Tie game, a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Looking for Hovren, and the pass deflected by Wilson, stolen by Kukowski. That is Army's 6th turnover of the night. Freeland, Lafayette trying to regain the lead here. Early in the fourth. Tia Damon Olsen imploring her team to move on offense. Kukowski drives right, throws it over Cantwell for the lead. Off the left side of the iron. And what's the call? And it will be against Lafayette. I believe 3 seconds in the lane is the ruling. So Army will get it back with a chance to regain the lead. Army led by 12. That's the largest lead of the game. That was with about 6 minutes to go in the first half. Lafayette closed the first half on an 18-6 run as Lewis's pass too high for Bond, out of bounds. And the turnover is beginning to amplify right now for Army, coming at ill-advised times. Back-to-back possessions with turnovers, and Lafayette another opportunity to regain the advantage here. Freeland, left wing, Cantwell. Wilson has it. Now Kukowski. Kukowski, foul line jumper for the lead, off the front of the rim and drops. Natalie Kukowski gives Lafayette the advantage, 52-50 with 7.5 to go. Lafayette on a 5-0 run again. Bond over to Lewis. It's a screen from Hovren. Fallon has it now along the right side of the floor. 10 to shoot. Fallon driving right and a holding foul on Lafayette. That's the third team foul against the Leopards. It'll be on Martino, her second, team's third. So they have only one more foul to give here. As you can see, didn't see much there. Fallon, weak side of the floor. Now to Bond. Back to Fallon. Now Lewis with it. A lot of passing around the perimeter. Lafayette rotating over to the ball. Army not moving a lot without the basketball. 8 on the shot clock. Fallon looking for Hovren in between two defenders. Deflected back to her. Throws up a shot. And it ends up out of bounds. I don't know what Army was doing on offense in that possession. I'm really unsure as to why Dave McGarity has not called any timeouts, just to get their rhythm back. Only one timeout's been called in this game, and it was very early in the first half by Lafayette. We have 3 remaining, Army with 4 remaining. They're just over a little more than 3 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. Kukowski layup, no, tipped around, and last touch, they say, by Lafayette. Kukowski raised it with her hand, and it will go back to West Point here. So Lafayette trying to continue their strong defense here after Army got off to a great start shooting the ball. They have not been the same team. Just 9 of their last 36. Lewis to Murray at the foul line. Catch and shoot jump shot off to the right, no good. And a rebound for Freeland. Army still can't buy a shot. Freeland spinning on Bond. Now back to the right side of the lane and banks it in. And Lafayette with a 4-point lead. That's their largest lead of the game with 4 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Army still has not scored in this final period. Lewis in the right wing. Looking for somebody. Bond. He's trying to get the ball to Hovren in the post. They finally throw a lob pass to her, and they call her for a travel. And I don't know what Dave McGarity is waiting for to use one of these timeouts to get his team set. He got 4 timeouts in his pocket and seems very complacent to let them play this out, even though the team hasn't scored in over 4 minutes. Kukowski driving right down the lane. Layup is around, no good. Murray tips it straight to Martino. She misses, and Yancey the rebound. Army, again, needs a basket, hasn't scored. Hasn't had a field goal since the final second, and finally, Dave McGarity decides to use one of the timeouts with 5:18 remaining. Army West Point can't find the bottom of the bucket. They trail by 4, 54-50. Lafayette in front. You're listening to the Patriot League Tournament and Army basketball from Learfield IMG College. Fourth quarter, Army trailing Lafayette 54-50. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. You look at the game reset right now. Both teams with 3 timeouts left. Lafayette 3 fouls in this quarter. Army with 0. And the possession arrow in favor of Lafayette. Fans, great news. It's a quick way you can save money. Switch to Geico. Go to geico.com, and in 15 minutes you can save 15% or more on car insurance. Army has been totally off kilter offensively after a great start to this game, shooting the basketball. They have since gone 9 of their last 37 from the field. Bond in the right wing, bounce pass to Yancey. Yancey 10 to shoot now to Lewis. Lewis in the left wing, 8 on the shot clock. Got to get it to somebody. Don't know what they're waiting for. Lewis finally reluctantly gives it to Hovren. Throws up an awkward left-handed shot that got no rim, and Kukowski the rebound. The indecision right now for West Point is staggering. Cantwell alongside Wilson, Freeland, Kukowski, and Martino for Lafayette. They have all the momentum. Wilson over to Martino. Freeland. Now Wilson with 8 to shoot. Cantwell in the corner. Back to Kukowski. 5 on the shot clock. Kukowski working on Murray. Driving right down the lane. Puts it up. No good. Hovren the rebound. 4.5 to go. Army still has not scored in the fourth quarter. They are 0 of 5 from the field with a boatload of turnovers. Lewis over to Yancey. Bond in the corner. Screen left from Murray. Bond in the right wing, still trying to get it to somebody down low. A little leak pass to Hovren, shot blocked and out of bounds. It'll remain Army basketball with 6 on the shot clock. And that will take us to the under 5 timeout. 3:59 to go. Army has been held scoreless for over 5.5 minutes. Lafayette, the 10 seed, trying to win here at Army for the first time since 1999. You're listening to Patriot League basketball and the Patriot League Tournament from Learfield IMG College. Army will inbound underneath the Lafayette basket here. Army trying to hold on. They led by as many as 12 at one point in this game. Lewis will do the inbounding for Army. Fans, a reminder, our next Patriot League Network broadcast here from West Point will be in a couple of days when the Army women's lacrosse team takes on Loyola. Army women lacrosse right now undefeated at 7-0. 6 on the shot clock. Murray trying to get it to somebody. Yancey, deep right wing 3 off the front of the rim. Tipped out. Ends up in the hands of Lewis. Lewis straightaway 3 off the front of the rim. No. Batted around. And a foul against Army. Army right now just panicking on offense as nothing they seem to have drawn up is working. As Lewis, don't think she really needed to take that 3. You see the foul there against Murray, her 4th. And the team's first in the quarter, so Murray, one more foul, and she is done for the night. Cantwell to Wilson. Hand off to Martino. 3.5 to play. Wilson foul line J over Hovren. Rims off. Kukowski the rebound and a loose ball foul against West Point. And who's it on? It is on Murray. She has fouled out. That is on Kate Murray. Oh, no, they call it on Hovren, not on Murray. Couldn't see that extra finger. A foul on Hovren, that is her first. Team's second. Either way, Lafayette gets another chance. A left corner three from Martino. It is good, and Lafayette leads by 7 with 3:20 to go. Army 0 of 8 from the field in this fourth quarter. They haven't scored in nearly 7 minutes. Lewis in the left wing, screen right from Hovren. Now it is Yancey. Bond. And a foul away from the ball will go against Lafayette. It's on Kukowski, her fourth. And the team's fourth, so Kukowski and Murray each with 4 fouls apiece. Next foul for Lafayette will put Army at the line. But Lafayette right now just playing superior basketball to that of the home-standing Black Knights, who have fallen down a ditch at this point and can't quite seem to get out of the well. Lewis in the left corner. Screen from Hovren. Lewis from the left elbow. Banks it in, and the foul. Jess Lewis, a much-needed basket here to find a way to chip away at Lafayette's run. And Lewis will go to the line for a chance to complete the three-point play. A foul on Cantwell, her fourth. As Nia Holland back in the game. Lewis, just her second field goal of the night. 6 points. 5 points rather, 6 rebounds, 6 assists for the senior from Denver, hoping in her mind that this is not her last collegiate game. She'll be a doctor, go to medical school once she graduates in May, and Lewis hits the free throw. It's down to 4. 57-53, Fallon in for Bond. Here with 2:55 left. Army finally their first 3 points of this fourth quarter. Holland. Hand off to Freeland, who's played well tonight. 6 points, 7 assists. Freeland back to Holland. Around the perimeter. Looking for Kukowski. Able to get it to her after a deflection. Kukowski drives left on Murray. Lost it, and they call her for a travel. Slid the pivot foot as she forced the issue trying to get around Murray. Trying to take control of the game. And Army will get it back, trying to make this a one-possession contest. 57-53 Lafayette. Trying to move on. Winner will take on American in D.C. on Monday night. Lewis, left side of the floor, finds Murray at the foul line. Down low to Hovren, double clutch. Shot is off, but a foul. And depending on who it's on, and they will call it on Drew Freeland, not on Natalie Kukowski. And that is a huge break for Lafayette. And indeed, that is the right call. Freeland was the one that got her on the side of the head. Good call by the officials. But Hovren's got to make her free throw. She's just 3 of 8 from the line tonight. And Hovren's first free throw is no good. It's been one of those games where Hovren can't get anything to go from the line. She is 3 of 9 tonight. Though she has 17 points and 19 rebounds in this game. 2 assists in this contest as well. Need this. And she finally hits one. Ends a streak of 3 straight misses for her. 57-54, 2:15 to go. Army just 10 of 19 from the line tonight. And if they don't win it, that'll be a huge, huge glaring stat for them. Kukowski barreling into Murray and able to finish with her strength. Natalie Kukowski with 24 points and 10 rebounds tonight. It's back to 5 with 2 minutes to go. 59-54. Fallon in the right wing. Screen left from Murray. Fallon. No one looking back to the strong side of the floor. Lewis now heads right atop the key. Lewis over to Yancey. Left wing triple for her. That one off to the left. No. Fallon able to track down the offensive board, though. 1:40 left. Lewis. It's a screen from Hovren. Back down to Hovren. Lefty shot no good. Batted around. Murray another offensive rebound. Stripped by Freeland. And Lafayette has it. Dave McGarity wanted a foul, but the officials didn't seem like they wanted to whistle that 5th one on Kukowski. Holland. Over to Kukowski, right side. Army needs a stop. Down the lane. Lefty layup. Hits the backboard and nothing else. Weird looking shot there. Hovren heading down the left side of the floor. Lewis open left wing 3. Rims off. No. Hovren rebound. Put back is good with a minute to go. 59-56. Lafayette in front. It's a one possession game. Hovren with 20 points and 21 rebounds tonight. Despite the inefficiency. A 30-second timeout taken by Kia Damon Olson and Lafayette here with 54.7 remaining. Fans, Army West Point Athletics would like to thank its travel partners at Thayer Hotel, the West Point Club, and the Directorate of Cadet Activities. Check out the travel partners portion of GoArmyWestPoint.com for more info. Support those who support the Corps. Go RVing is a proud partner of Coaches versus Cancer and the 3-Point Challenge. Visit 3pointchallenge.org today to make your pledge for every 3-pointer your school makes during this year's Coaches versus Cancer 3-Point Challenge. Lafayette trying to snap a 22-game road losing streak to West Point. As you look at the game reset, Lafayette over the limit here. Army still has 2 more fouls to give. Possession arrow favoring the Leopards right now. We're on the floor with Holland, Martino, Freeland, Kukowski, and Wilson. Army with Rawls, Fallon, Yancey, Lewis, and Hovren as their 5. 50 seconds to go. Army has to have a stop here. Kukowski going left on Rawls. Rawls falls down. Little righty move on Hovren, no. And they call a foul on the floor late. They call a foul on the floor late against Army and Morgan Yancey. That's her 3rd, and the team's 3rd. We'll see what happened here on the whistle, and it looked like Yancey was holding on to Wilson's left arm. But now an 11-second difference between shot clock and game clock, and Lafayette will burn another timeout. They've got 1 remaining, trying to avoid a 5-second violation. Now, this has been a rather unique game. Army looked totally in control about 15 minutes into this game. They had a 12-point lead. They led 31-19. Since then, Lafayette has gone on a 40-25 run to turn a 12-point deficit into a 3-point lead. And Army just 2 of 13 from the field in this 4th quarter, including 0 of 5 from deep and 2 of 5 from the line. And all those numbers really boiling up in the wrong direction. The other big thing, Lafayette only 4 turnovers tonight. This is a team that averaged over 18 a game entering play today. Army has to have a stop now, and Fallon finally commits the foul with 36.5 to go. Now Army's apparently going to try and foul and get Lafayette at the free throw line. Lafayette as a team 69% from the stripe entering this contest. Martino will inbound here, 36.5 now on the game clock. They get it into Holland, and Holland fouled by Lewis with 34.3 left. And that will put the senior at the line. 2nd foul on Jess Lewis. So both teams now in the bonus. Holland tonight with 4 points, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, and 19 minutes for the senior. I mentioned did not play the first 25 games of the year, and she misses the first. Drew Freeland, Michaela Wilson, Olivia Martino all offering her words of encouragement. She's gone 1 of 2 from the line each of the first 2 times. Army would like her to find a way to come up short on both of them here this go around. But she does not. Hits the free throw. It's a 4-point game with 34.3 remaining, and Dave McGarity will use his 2nd to last timeout with 34.3 left in this contest. Fans, a reminder, following the final buzzer, win or lose, we'll have the post-game show for you presented by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing. You will hear from Dave McGarity. We'll ask him what has gone wrong offensively, as well as why he decided not to call a timeout earlier in this 4th quarter. We'll also name our Nissan player of the game, take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, and much, much more. Could be a preview of a game against American on Monday. Could be a reset of the entire season should Lafayette hold on and win this game. Lafayette trying to snap an 11-game losing streak. Inbound finds Murray, right corner 3. Got it! Kate Murray from downtown right away. The clock continued to run. They'll have to reset it, but it's a 1-point game with 31 seconds on the game clock right now. They'll probably have to put a few more on it, but an immediate catch and shoot from Kate Murray. Her first field goal of the 2nd half, and a major one at that. She now has 12, and Army finally hits their first 3 of the 4th quarter. And Natalie Kukowski caught ball watching. Kate Murray slipped off into the corner and had just enough space to catch and shoot and drill it from the shortest distance between the three-point arc and the basket here. The officials looking at the game clock right now. Or that, or they're looking at her feet. No, her feet clearly behind the line. Definitely in terms of what the game clock is at. There for West Point is a little slow on the trigger finger there. Over at the scorer's table, but right now a 1-point game. I guess they were just reviewing the three. I thought they were reviewing more of how much time was on the clock. Okay, so the clock has been adjusted. Although nothing's changed right now. 32 seconds, not 31 seconds. So they put a full second back on the clock. After the made basket there by Kate Murray. Army's 9th three of the game. Wilson inbound, Army going full court pressure defense. Inbound finds Martino, trapped along the corner, and they call a foul on Army with 29.7 left. I think Dave McGarity wanted the foul to wait for a second to try and see if they can get a steal or a turnover. But Martino, the best free throw shooter percentage-wise for Lafayette, will head to the line. Lafayette just 5 of 8 from the stripe in this game. Nia Holland's taken 6 of the team's 8 free throws. Martino, 79%. Coming off a career-high 22 points against Colgate on Wednesday. And the righty can't hit the first. Talk about missed free throws for Army early. Now it's a situation for Lafayette late. And a whistle. I think there's some confusion. Thought maybe there might have been a timeout call, but no. Cantwell in for Freeland. For Lafayette, Martino at the line. Her free throw is good. It is a 2-point game, 61-59 with 29.7 to go. As Dave McGarity will use his second to last timeout. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. A reminder, both teams in the bonus here with less than 30 seconds left. And this is sort of bringing back memories to a couple of years ago. The closest Lafayette has come, at least in recent memory, in terms of breaking the streak of losing at West Point, was back in 2017, a game here that was played that went into triple overtime. Lafayette had a chance to win it. As you look at the bracket, winner of this game will take on American on Monday night, 7 o'clock start in D.C., but Lafayette got a late bucket to take a 2-point lead at the end of regulation. And with about a second left, Aaliyah Murray threw a pass to Janae McNeil and went the length of the floor. And Army got a buzzer beater, sent it to overtime, and they would go on to win in triple OT. Lewis in the right wing, guarded by Holland. Into the corner now. Army down by 2. They have to score on this possession. Looking for Hubbard. They get it to her. Lefty shot. It is good. And the foul! Madison Hovren puts it in, and she'll have a chance to give Army the lead with 14.3 to go. Madison Hovren setting up in the post, a lead pass from Lewis. The contact from Wilson, and Hovren able to get it to go. And now she needs to hit the free throw, though. Lewis and Murray out. Bond and rolls in because of their 2 foul structures. 14.3 on the clock. Both teams have a timeout left. Hovren 4 of 10 from the line tonight. Can't hit the free throw, though. And Lafayette the rebound and a timeout with 13.4 to go. Hovren's struggles at the line continue here tonight. And right now, Liz Fluke's trying to get Hovren's mind back in the right thought process, saying, hey, this game is not over yet. Still need to make some plays and get a stop defensively, as we are tied at 61 with 13.4 remaining. And missed free throws for both teams right now, just staring them dead in the face. As you see, Hovren getting that shot to go. 22 points, 21 rebounds for the senior. To keep in mind, the program record for rebounds in a single game is 22, which Hovren has done twice in her career. Originally done by Pam Pearson back in 1984. Pam Pearson was the player who had the program record for rebounds in a single season. Rather, a rebounds per game average, I should say, not in a single season. Hovren on pace now to obliterate that with her 21 rebound performance tonight. As you look at the game reset, no timeouts left for Lafayette. So they have to get this ball inbounded no matter what. Any fouls will result in free throws, and if there is a jump ball, Lafayette controls the possession arrow. A lot of things to keep in mind as Army right now trying to either force a turnover or hold off and get this game into overtime. Martino to inbound along the far sideline. Yancey guarding her. They find Kukowski. Rawls guarding her. They hand off to Holland. 9 seconds left. 8 seconds. Screen by Wilson. Holland driving right on Hovren. Righty scoop. Layup. Lays it in with 3.7 to go. Nia Holland, who didn't have a field goal this entire season, makes her second of the game. The senior, who missed the first 25 games of the year, gives Lafayette a 2-point lead with 3.7 to go. Madison Hovren alert not to commit a foul, and because of that, Holland able to get her arm underneath Hovren's outstretched left hand and scoop it in with 3.7 left. Nia Holland with 7 points tonight in 20 minutes. And right now, the Leopards are a little under 4 seconds away from moving on to the Patriot League quarterfinals. Holland, they got the switch they wanted off the screen set from the left wing. And because of the switch, they had Holland go one-on-one against Hovren. And Holland, who missed an entire season as a freshman and missed darn near an entire season this year, is right now holding the game-winning basket to her credit. However, Army will have a chance to tie or win the game. Murray made a big shot off an inbounds before. Hovren made a big shot before as well. In the end, one couldn't get it to go, so even if that foul shot had fallen, still would be a Lafayette lead. Lewis, inbound, throws it into Hovren. Hovren throws up his shot, no foul call, batted around, foul and block of the buzzer, and that's it. Madison Hovren frustrated with the official for no foul, and Lafayette, for the first time since 1999, wins the game inside Crystal Arena, and the number 10 seed moves on to the Patriot League quarterfinals as they defeat Army West Point this afternoon by a final score of 63-61 here at the Hollander Center in West Point, New York. But Lafayette sprinting off to their locker room as they snap an 11-game losing streak, win their first road game since November, and will move on to the Patriot League quarterfinals for a matchup with American as Army West Point's disappointing season comes to an equally disappointing end here on a Saturday afternoon inside their home gymnasium. Final score tonight, Lafayette 63, Army West Point 61.